Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Fantasy Football 101 Studios, also known as Typhoon's TV. I'm your humble host, the Fantasy Typhoon, aka The Mentalist. Just want to give you a quick PSA. If you have any questions or concerns, shoot me an email to fantasytyphoon@hotmail.com. Look, just want to be in. I'm in and out right quick. This is just something just to touch base with my subscribers. Um, It's about a question I received via email. You know that's how you contact me. It's email. Twitter, you hit me on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever through social media avenues. I can't really get to you. The fantasy typhoon at hotmail.com if you really want a swift answer and connect with me. That's how you do it. Just want to let you know the protocol of reaching the typhoon. I'm here, but there's protocol that you know I rank email higher than the social media aspect. It's a little bit more personal. I can really get down and talk to you a little bit. But anyway, this is just a quick PSA. I've received a question today, and if somebody was subscriber asked me, I won't put his name out there, his or her name. I won't reveal. I'll keep that concealed. But the question was, Typhoon, what are you doing now? During this part of the year, during this time of year, during this lull, OTAs just started. What are you looking at now to help you spot breakout players? What's the Typhoon's method? And we here at Fantasy Football 101 have a 17-layer vetting process that is, it's under construction because we're always tweaking it. But what I'll do is I'll pull back the curtain and let you in, and I'll show you what we're doing on the tight ends right now. And there's a lot of, don't be misled by a lot of the blurbs. Guys are in shorts now. Quarterbacks are in shorts. It's the OTAs. It's like it's installs, the first level of install. Rookies got a little bit of it. Then they went to the rookie symposium. Now they're showing up to OTAs, which is not mandatory. So if your player isn't here, your Julio Jones, your Gronk, Brady, Aaron Donald, etc., 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 don't fret. This is voluntary. So first of all, don't let that get you upset if your player sits out voluntary. Like Mike Lombardi always says, football players play football. So when it's time to when it's time to get in the trenches and it's time to strap up, your boys are strapping up. Okay, football players play football. Now, what I'll do is very tedious, but I was asked a question and I'll see what I can do. I'll try my best to give you all 32 teams and how we go through the depth charts now. Because right now it's depth chart diving, but it's not. It's depth chart diving with scheme philosophy, and I want to put this out there to this subscriber. And what I'll do is I'll go through all 32 teams and go through their tight end situations and show you what the behind the scenes credentials of the tight end that makes one a little bit more special than the other, and show you these late round guys. Just in other words, pour all 58 or 90 or so tight ends into the sifter and shake it and let the fantasy relevant tight ends sift out and kind of put to the side the non-fantasy relevant tight end. In other words, we're going to do the shake-up. The tight end shake-up is what I'll call it. And I'll do it by divisions. NFC East, I'll start with NFC East first. Go through those tight ends, sift them out. Then, NFC West, AFC North, basically until I get through all 32 teams and all tight ends and give you a visual of, so you won't get caught up in the lion season and start believing breakouts that are not going to happen for the simple fact that you didn't set your foundation right. Right now, it's time. You're setting your foundation for your rankings, for the players' late round steals now, today. That work starts now, today. So you're not really looking at what they're doing in shorts. You're basically, and you're not really listening to what's being said, but you are, but you have to compartmentalize it, like it's red, yellow, and green. Red, I'm not taking none of that. Whatever he said, just let it bounce off. Kind of like your Jared McKinnon. News came out yesterday. Uh, it's been reported. One reporter reports Jared McKinnon was lining up all over the field. I'm sorry, Jared McKinnon was coming out of the backfield catching a whole ton of passes. Then you read another report. The guy said not only Jared McKinnon was doing it, it was Matt Breida right behind him, as well as Kyle Juszczyk catching a ton of passes out of the backfield. So it wasn't just Jared McKinnon like the little blurb led you to believe. It was all three of those guys. You see what I'm saying? So now that broadens your horizons and your antenna. It broadens your scope. It broadens your field to help you sift through what's true and what's fake. Because like there's a red light, none of this. There's a yellow light, take some of it, and then there's a green light, you take all of it. But we'll show you what we're looking at, and what we're looking at basically has nothing to do with what they're doing on the field right now. Now we'll take some early lineup indications. You can kind of put those in your toolbox and file them for your rankings usage later on down the road when the picture gets a little bit more clearer, when it gets vivid. Right now, you're just in the particle phase. You're in 12 pixels now. You got your 4K is what it looks like when it's finished. But the pixels now are grainy. You know, and since this subscriber asked the question, I'll pull back the curtain and show them the phase one, and I'll do the tight end. Now, there's a different phase for each skill position. Different phase for the quarterback, different phase for the running back, different phase for the wide receivers, and there's a different phase for the tight end. But like I said, there's 9 to 11 tiers of this that we have to vet these guys. But I'll pull back the curtain on stage one and show you what I do stage one, just to sift some of these guys out so you can start getting a base of, okay, these are some of the tight ends that are under the radar that you can watch out for, that have true fantasy value. Because we here at Fantasy Football 101 believe in true analysts. And thank you, subscriber, for sending in that question. And I'll start on that sometimes next week. Have a little bit of time to myself where I can get into the studio and maybe push out NFC East, NFC North, one of those divisions, and get that under the belt and kind of see how long it takes to cut one of those videos, and then proceed from there. All right, 2 minutes with Typhoon. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Trying to make this, my niche now. This is my home via the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, and comment. We gone.